welcome to Work the Left Side. This will be the last warm-up video before we actually drop a proper video next week. Myself, Ryan and Ash, a new member to the family, will be doing our AEW pay-per-view predictions. After watching obviously Dynamite this week, the pay-per-view card is looking awesome. So just a quick video tonight, just one more time for me to get in front of the camera, stretch those muscles, and get used to see my ugly mug in front of me whilst I talk to you. So that was it. So yeah, just obviously, as it says on the thumbnail, reason you clicked on this is it is a Dynamite discussion. It was a very bizarre episode of Dynamite with the Punk Moxley unification match obviously being the main focus and lasting all of about 5 minutes. So yeah, obviously Punk's foot was a legitimate injury, if it was meant to go for longer. Watching the trios match afterwards, I can't see that being any shorter. So yeah, I don't know what the crack was with that. So interesting to see where Punk goes from here, because it's literally been a year now since he's been with AEW. Don't know if he signed a year contract, 2-year contract, 3-year contract. So has it been a success? You know, I think he has. He got me interested. I'm sure he sold a shitload of merchandise. So you know, Tony Khan's loving life with the Punk t-shirts. So yeah, hopefully, you know, he comes back healed up, rested. Love to see heel Punk when he comes back. And I think with the booze, obviously the hometown Moxley crew were giving him, that'll give him a reason to come back as a heel. So heel Punk is cool. We like heel Punk, and yeah, hopefully that's what we get when he comes back. Dynamite as a whole, I say it was a weird episode. What happened, obviously stuff happened prior to the Moxley Punk match. Obviously the main focus for everything was this match is coming up. The Jericho opens up with Jericho calling out Garcia after Garcia put hands on Jericho last week, and that culminated with the making of Jericho versus Bryan Danielson at the pay-per-view. Yeah, the match itself should be awesome. Obviously Garcia's gonna play a part in that match, whether he goes full sports entertainer or whether he embraces his wrestling roots and goes and becomes a wrestler. If he becomes a wrestler, does he join the BCC? Do they need you know, another person? With two young guns, could Garcia and Yuta potentially make a tag team for the BCC to represent? It's good going, man. It's like I said, I've said before in numerous videos about AEW, the potential storylines are there, the ideas are flowing. You know, you can fantasy book. Obviously I'll hold my hands up. You know, the I-Cord Punk retaining over Moxley and MJF coming out and challenging Punk for the pay-per-view. Obviously it didn't happen, so you know, hold my hands up on that one. That was my bad. But again, it's fantasy booking. You know, you're not always going to get it right, and that's a good thing. It just sort of, you know, throws a swerve ball every now and again, and it keeps it interesting. So, but I'm looking forward to the Danielson Jericho match. I think that'll be awesome. After that, I can't remember bit by bit. I've not been prepared this week, and I've not actually done a list of what was seen. So Thunder Rosa cut a promo, obviously saying she was injured, and saying that there's going to be a 4-way title match now at the pay-per-view for an interim women's title. So we get rid of the men's interim title, now we've got a women's one. Money would be on Toni Storm winning that. I think she would have, if she had faced Thunder Rosa as originally planned, she was going over anyway. So I think Toni Storm is going to be the next women's champion, and we will get the Storm Rosa match at some point down the line to unify. And obviously I had Billy Gunn versus Colton Gunn. You know, is what it is. Billy Gunn's, man, he's a fucking machine. Dude's like mid-50s, late 50s, and he still looks like an absolute fucking horse. The dude's just a freak. But it's quality, you know. It's just, it brings forward. Anytime I get to see the Acclaimed on TV, I'm happy. So that'll do me. And obviously Stokely's building his little faction. So far, what we've got: Lee Moriarty, the Gun Club, and Ethan Page. Besides, obviously, Jade Gargill on the women's side. So, you know, I'm interested to sort of see when Stokely's faction actually all gets together, what they do with that. Whether, you know, it'll be like another sort of pinnacle. The factions have seemed to filtered away a little bit recently in AEW. So, yeah, maybe we're just going to start rebuilding factions. And what do we have after that? Britt Baker versus, I can't remember her name, it's going to piss me off. Kylie King, I want to say. I will look back on this and kick myself, because the girl is quality. I think she's good as she is now. So in a couple of years, I think we're looking at a, you know, a main eventer. She looks quality. She's tall. She looks like a wrestler. So yeah, I'll look back on this video then, kick myself for not actually remembering her name. So, but yeah, that was a good match. Britt Baker's Britt Baker. She works the crowd after the match, and get Christian Cage promo confirming Jungle Boy versus Christian Kane. Christian Kane. Sorry, any country fans out there, you'll know who Christian Kane is, or any Angel fans. Sorry, Christian Cage, not Christian Kane. Yeah, you'll get Jungle Boy versus Christian Cage at the pay-per-view, and again, should be a quality match. It's going to be a big scout for Jungle Boy on his upward curve to being a future main eventer, and that's pretty much. Oh fuck no! Sorry, my bad. The first actual match was Dax versus Jay Lethal, and I've actually just done him a serious misjustice forgetting about him, because it was a quality match. Lethal's awesome in my opinion. Anyway, I've always been a fan of Jay Lethal. But Dax has had a few single matches recently, and he's absolutely smashing it. In the Owen tournament, he had some absolutely quality matches. And yeah, man, Dax is a very good singles wrestler, and I'm always interested to watch when he has a singles match. I love FTR as a team, but I also do love seeing Dax as a single competitor. I think the guy's just old school, you know. He's just. But yeah, if you get a chance to watch it, the Jay Lethal Dax match, I highly recommend. They're absolutely banging. Then yeah, the Wild Class has been the main event of the trios match. Will Ospreay and Aussie Open versus Death Triangle. It was next level shit. I mean, I know there's people out there that don't like Ospreay for reasons. I can't take away from the guy's wrestling ability. Anytime the guy's in the ring, it's pure magic. And I've been a fan of Pac since I saw him in 1PW 15 years ago, fighting AJ Styles. Dude's come on, you know, leaps and bounds from then. He's still the man Gravity forgot. And when him and Ospreay were in the ring together, it was just electric. And it's one of my favourite matches I've seen in a long time. Thing is, though, the crazy thing is, it's not going to be anything in comparison to next week's match, when we get Ospreay and Omega in the ring together. That's gonna fire big time. That's just gonna be absolutely mental. And but we'll obviously talk about that at a future time. This match was awesome. You know, all the spots were hit. Lucha Bros were doing their shit. Aussie Open, I'm not convinced with yet. Obviously, you know, who am I to second guess Ospreay? Right, certainly brought him into the United Kingdom or United Empire. They just, at times they look good, and other times I wasn't impressed with them. But again, I think they're still quite a young tag team. I mean, one of the guys is only 23. So they're definitely going to have a massive up curve, you know, years down the line. So, and but yeah, Pac and the Lucha Bros and Ospreay, it was ridiculous. And then you had Bucks and Omega coming out at the end, and just a standoff. Just seeing the look in Ospreay's eyes when he saw Omega and calling him into the ring. And apparently there was words said after it went off air, but Omega cut a promo, which I'm going to have to try and dig up because I do want to know what was said. Because like I said, I've said before on a previous video, these guys have legitimate heat at the minute due to Ospreay emulating, mimicking, copying, whatever you want to call it, Omega in New Japan. So I think Ospreay's legitimately rubbed Omega up the wrong way and pissed him off. So much so that I think I've mentioned it again before, Omega's issued a cease and desist, which when you think about it, it's fucking quite ironic when you think about the Young Bucks and Omega and everything like that. They were the kings of the cease and desists from WWE when they was doing the 2 sweets, getting told to stop doing all that kind of sort of stuff. And now Omega's issuing them out instead of being on the other end. So yeah, next week Dynamite looks awesome, but this week's again, it was just a quick video, just a recap, just to point out the good stuff, the bad stuff. Rampage looks like it should be awesome. Just as a sidebar, we've got one of my favourite trios, the House of Black, in action against the Dark Order. Miro's going to cost them. There's no way Dark Order aren't going through. I've got them pegged to be in the finals with Bucks and Omega, with Hangman being in turmoil, being torn between the teams. But yeah, Miro to cost the House of Black, setting up an Aleister Black Miro match at the pay-per-view. If we all will it, it'll happen. So join me in making that match. So yeah, that was it, and thanks for watching. I'll keep it short. Hopefully these short videos haven't been too painful, and just serve the purpose. You know, I'm confident again now. I'm more happy being in front of the camera. As you see, I haven't got my hat on, covering my eyes, so I don't have to look at the camera. So yes, we are back properly next week with the most hench referee in Newcastle, Ryan Palmer, and like I say, a new addition to the La Familia, Ash. And yeah, we'll all sit down next week, have a chat, make our predictions for the pay-per-view, and I'll get that uploaded next week at some point. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Peace and love, and yeah, we'll see you soon. Adios.